All right. What's up? What's up to the crew? We are live. Thank you everybody for joining. What's up to the fam? Let's go. The crew is in the building. Lovely to see y'all. And I hope everybody has been keeping safe. Very welcome. Crypto, Ziadek, Fendi, Hedger, Monks. My fam is here. Shukla. Let's go. Liam. Awesome. Altec, welcome to the building. Thank you for joining. Please confirm if everything is loud and clear. And forgive me, guys, if my voice is a bit weird, if I'm a bit slow today. I am very sick. But you know what? I just thought, guys, we have to do this stream today. We have to do this stream today, come hell or high water. Look at this. Bitcoin finally exploded on its weekly bullish divergence. We've been speaking about this for weeks. No FOMO if you're not in on the trades. But look at this, guys, and take it as a learning. If you didn't get it, yeah? Look at that. Simple as day. Market cipher, weekly bullish divergence. Even if you don't like market cipher, right? Market cipher is my best friend. Some of you don't like it. Look at that weekly bull on the RSI. You cannot sleep on this kind of a signal. Absolutely amazing. And then, of course, we've also been looking at the total 3 on the altcoins. And kaboom! What do we get? Absolute explosion out of the descending triangle. I mean, it is just beautiful, guys. You know, a lot of people will tell you TA is bullshit, doesn't work, whatnot, whatnot. If you put your mind to the test, build the strategies, make the trading plans, I mean, look at that breakout. Magnifique. It doesn't get better than this, guys. And this is where the money is made, right? When things are boring, when nobody is Googling, when nobody's interested in altcoins, that's where we enter the trades. That's where we get the amazing breakouts. And well done to everybody who has been involved. I mean, it's just awesome, guys. We are banging some absolutely killer trades here. It was an unfortunate time for me to get sick, but that's how the world works. And yeah, I did manage to bang some awesome trades here. You can see I actually did hop into a few interesting trades here. One of them being the ETH, which is in a decent bit of P&L here. And we can see the P&L is looking good. 500 bucks on ETH. And it was really XRP, guys. XRP 1.5k realized profit on the XRP trade. Not bad, not bad. And we can see I hopped into a few altcoin trades here on the 15-minute time frame. I was literally man down when Bitcoin was actually breaking out and pumping. So I went to the 15-minute time frame. I used the market cipher and I literally just looked for those wave trend turnarounds, the money flow turnarounds, and yeah, managed to realize around 3k in the past 24 hours. So it's been a good time, guys. And yeah, we're going to get into it today. Let me not forget anything here. We're looking good. We're looking good. All right. So before I forget, we do have an awesome Bit2Next campaign here. Please do check it out before it's too late. This is time sensitive. That link is in the description, and there is free money here, guys. No matter how much you are able to deposit, there is free money here just with a little bit of trading. And yeah, this is time sensitive. Where is it gone? It will come to an end soon. And the more volume we can show here, there will be another campaign that will be easier and more free money, right? So please, guys, do me a favor, sign up here, make the deposit, show some volume to their team, and they will give us more rewards. All right, as I say, please excuse my voice today, guys. You can hear that I am actually pretty down under, right? But I got some caffeine. I got some organic caffeine here. So we're good to go. Well done to those of you in the Discord who have been killing it. I have been keeping track. Absolutely amazing to see. Slasher, congrats, man. Nordic doing very well on the spot. Antonio hopping into some very high ROI trades. And I must say, well done, Vary. You are doing well, brother. I can see some extreme progress, right? When you are on an exponential curve of progress, it's hard to see your own progress, right? But look at this, brother. Well done. You are absolutely killing it. Where is my signal? There we go. Well done, well done. And look at these entry prices. They are decent. And this was an absolute banger. Great timing just before the pump. Congratulations, Varian. Well done to everybody in the Discord. You are killing it. I think JCG might be traveling today. But yeah, well done, guys. And you can see here we are online 90 right now in the Discord. The Discord is growing. It's absolutely beautiful. Please don't get a fright next week. We are going to have a big switch up in the Discord. It's going to become my VIP area for my community. But don't stress, it will remain absolutely free, 100% free. All that you will need to do is sign up under one of my links and make a deposit. Very simple, very easy. You don't even have to trade that money, guys. You just have to show that you are willing to support the community. And I do believe most of you are already trading under my links. So those of you who I know will be added immediately. But all you'll see here is a welcome channel directing users on what to do, where to sign up. And then you'll see a UID drop where you drop your UID and the exchange that you signed up under. And I'll add you to the rest of the community, which will be a VIP community. Right, and it's going to serve us in a few ways. It's going to become a little bit more exclusive. So we're going to get rid of anybody who is, spamming or scamming or just copying and taking it to other communities or whatever. And also it's going to allow us to focus our trading into these exchanges and create more volume and get better rewards. And of course, you are supporting me. I am expanding my team and actually hiring more team members to make more magic for you guys. So it is an exciting time. So yeah, well done everybody for being a part of it. It's absolutely awesome. Perfect sound. Awesome stuff. Yes, the market cipher. Hey, it's the one. It's the one. All right, BTC hit average VWAP. All-time high, pretty much to the penny. Took a cheeky short from that, which worked out. Interesting. Hard currency. Nice, man. Switcheroo coming in, guys. But yeah, don't get a fright. It's super easy. If I don't add you to the VIP already, just make sure you drop the UID of whichever exchange you're trading under. And yeah, I'm going to be hiring some mods and stuff, guys. So it's an exciting time. All right. All those links are in the description. So if you want to get ahead of the game before next week, they're also all here in the Discord, guys. All of these exchanges, all you need to do is sign up under one. And I'm not going to make a deposit minimum. Some of us, it's fine. If you're trading $10, you're trading $10, guys. Just deposit $10 and show that you're willing to support the community. And that's all good. All right. We're going to look at Bitcoin top down. This is where we need to start. But let's see, does anybody actually know in the chat, why did Bitcoin pump, guys? Why did Bitcoin pump like this on the daily? All right, this is something we've been looking at for a while here. For Bitcoin, I've said this in so many videos. I mean, I said it right here, guys. Bitcoin was coiling up for a massive breakout. I believe most of you saw the video. Been talking about it on Coin Bureau, the Bitcoin against Ethereum for months now to accumulate the altcoins, to look out for which altcoins to buy. I even did all of these videos on individual altcoins. I gave my zone for XRP, which is now this 1,800% in profit. So yeah, just a reminder to follow on everybody as we go. But I'm very curious to see, right? Because it wasn't straightforward. So who actually knows what happened here? And you can use ChatGPT, right? It was very deep and under the radar and kind of inside, but it makes a lot of sense. Hard currency, I'm sure you know exactly what was going on here, right? But we have been looking now for a while for BTC to make a lower high within the bear market. And the whole point of this video, guys, we're going to trade alts, we're going to look at setups, but we need to figure out now, is the bear market over, right? I see all of these influencers coming on YouTube, bear market over, I'm all in on Bitcoin, $1 million trades. And you know what? I don't think it's the end, guys. I don't think it's the end of the bear market. And right now, certainly not. Certainly not, because we have not made that higher high. or we have not made, a higher high above this high, which would signal a possible break of structure and a change of trend, right? It's very clear to see here. Simple stuff on a downward sloping parallel channel. Many ways to draw this, matter of preference, draw it as you will, but even just very roughly, we can see exactly where the market structure is, right? There was our highest high. Here was a lower low, which changed our upward sloping market structure and gave us our blow off top. Then we had a lower low and a lower high and a lower low and a lower high. Then here, technically, again, we had a lower low. It was much less of a drop, which shows that the dumps are getting smaller and the bear market may be coming towards an end, but we did get a lower low. And now look at price, no matter how quickly it has happened. And I mean, it is absolutely insane, guys, that Bitcoin does this. But this just shows, it just throws in everybody's face that has been telling us, oh, Bitcoin is dead. The last crypto bull market was the last bull market. Alts are dead. I see this all over Coin Bureau, right? We get lots of comments on Coin Bureau that are just saying, if you're still trading crypto, like, what are you doing? All of this stuff. Look at this, guys. Bitcoin has gone up 26% in 3 days. So just a nice signal here that, of course, Bitcoin's not dead, guys. Of course, there is another beautiful cycle coming. And these kinds of moves show you that all it takes is macroeconomics to be on our side. And boom. All right, there we go. So that's what it's all about here, guys. And then also this. So you guys are on it, right? There's a few major factors here on why Bitcoin has pumped. And yes, 100% one of them is a short squeeze. So we all know that retail FOMOs, right? So a lot of traders opened shorts at these levels when Bitcoin was dumping, and they've been sitting in profit, and they've been so happy with themselves because they FOMO'd, but they were in profit for a long time. And they didn't listen to that weekly bullish divergence. And then what the whales did, all the whales had to do here was pump it up past these order blocks. Right, these were the major daily order blocks that we were looking at for a rinse and repeat. And of course, as always, I did say, right, these are the order blocks to enter into if Market Cipher gives you the signals. And if this range doesn't break, every range will break. And it did. And all it took was just these first liquidations to pop off, right? And then you get the domino effect of just everybody getting liquidated that FOMO'd into short trades too late. Of course, the real place to take the short would be from up here at 82, where I got my short. I'm still in the short trade here, guys. You can see it here under my BTC, right? I'm still in the short trade from 80. I do not mind hitting stop loss there. Of course, we have taken major profits, stop loss in profit, whatnot. But this is the decision time. If Bitcoin does break above 80, I would say 82K here, what we will get is a higher high, which would signal then that potentially we can come down and make a higher low, and this is now going to be an uptrend. So this is one of the best times to be alive and be active in crypto now. And what you're going to see is that everybody's going to start coming back, right? Everybody's going to start Googling crypto again and coming back. And if you guys have been getting into, some of these altcoin position trades, and I congratulate you. Even if you're just accumulating on spot, it's the best place to be because you might just be priced in. All right, I just recorded 2 videos now to drop on Coin Bureau with altcoin setups that I do believe are going to give us nice rejections and retests and nice entries. So look out for those. I'll be dropping them tomorrow and Saturday. But we're going to go through a lot of setups now. And we have to be careful right now not to FOMO. Like, of course, it's easy to just go in and buy now, but DCA is the way, and we need to look for the lower levels because if this is, like, it's all not confirmed here, guys. Really, what could be happening here is we could just be getting one of the best shorts in this crypto bear market, and we could still be looking for those bottom Fibonacci levels. Anyway, I'm going to go into the weekly now. We're going to do the full top-down analysis, but you guys were right here, right? So Yeah, weekly bullish divergence took a bit of time. I'm super annoyed about it because I actually entered a 5K long at the weekly bullish divergence, and we were testing out a new platform, right? I was testing out a new platform for a mate of mine, and it was on inverse perpetuals, which means there should be no expiry. And my trade actually expired, right? It's a new platform. That's what you get for testing new platforms, whatnot. But that was my weekly bullish divergence 5K 25x trade, and it expired just before the pump. And I told them, and they said, oh no, like it shouldn't have expired. But it is what it is, guys. At least we got the altcoin longs. I'm also in that ETH long now where we've already made some decent profits. All right, so who said the buybacks? Who said the buybacks here? Yeah, crazy short liquidations, and it's cool. The bears must get wrecked. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm happy to be with you guys. Honestly, I've missed the community. Like, I'm so sick. It's terrible. I don't get sick, but whatever has hit me is proper. Structure intact. Nice. What goes up has to come down. There we go. So it's the buybacks. Well done. Very. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of AI really for a lot of things. It's nice for data analysis, right? So use AI for what it's good for. And yeah, here we go. I literally just now I said, why did crypto pump? Right? Why did crypto pump? Main reasons. US Treasury suddenly boosted bond buybacks. This was the catalyst, guys. And this shows you why it's so important to be involved like Boftrix, right? Hard currency is right here deep into the macroeconomics, and macroeconomics larger market charts, right? That's what drives crypto. And this is what did it. The Treasury announced it would double its purchases of longer dated treasuries from 2 billion to 4 billion. And the markets interpreted this as liquidity supportive, extremely bullish for risk assets, right? This is not easy to understand, but this is where, if you really do watch this and understand it, that's where you could have actually used that as a catalyst. And here, even ChatGPT will tell you, massive short squeeze, 3 billion in liquidations, right? The short squeezes create liquidity to the upside. They create a domino effect to the upside, which is what happened. We have our ETF demand coming back in, and we also have clarity moving forward. And then, of course, BTC broke the range. We've been in this range for a long time now. And, every range has to break, guys. We destroyed it. Look at that, 75 days ranging between 60K and 67K, and BTC broke it. And of course, what happens when BTC breaks a range? Everybody and their aunties and their uncles FOMO into long trades, right? Even I entered long trades here like, yes, I can manage my risk, and hopefully everybody else has as well. But I went onto the smaller time frames, I waited for the bounces, and I entered the longs. And this FOMO drives the liquidity up, and now we can see the wick coming in. And lo and behold, of course, that wick is coming in at an order block. So yeah, I think it's actually due diligence to zoom out here quickly, right? Because we've had a major change here. And yeah, forgive me if I'm jumping all over the place today. My brain feels like soup at the moment. But it's absolutely important that we're on the charts right now. All right. Fed is still hawkish on hate, right? Rate hike. Interesting. Shall we short? So honestly, guys, I am thinking of adding to my short at that level. I am thinking of adding to the short around 82, but we have to wait for the signals to come in. Ika, welcome, welcome. Do you think it will continue to rise? So we'll have a look at the money flow now, guys, because if money flows in, it will keep going. Okay, inflation didn't seem to cool off. 10 billion liquidity at 62. Dominance is wrecked. Absolutely crazy. BTC long from 62. Beautiful, man. That's from the weekly bull. Absolutely awesome. Fendi in the building. All right, so let me know, guys, who caught the long? Who caught the weekly bull? We've been talking about this weekly bull for ages. Like, who actually took a long there? All right, we've also been speaking about this monthly Harami candle. And it's easy enough to do the analysis, but you have to actually then take the trade. And what's interesting here, of course, as always, there's contradictory stuff all over the charts. But let's see, guys, what is this? What is this triple candle pattern here? What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Let's go, guys. I want you to be awake, right? It's not ideal, but it's pretty much a beautiful triple candle pattern here that could do a major trend reversal. All right, so for the sake of time, I will tell you guys, let me bring these comments on stage. All right, there we go, there we go. Did I miss something, guys? Did I miss something important? But anyway, we've been talking about the Harami, which is a nice trend reversal pattern. And after the Harami, we've gotten now a bullish engulfing and something giving birth. Yeah, so the Harami is the mother giving birth to the new trend, right? Beautiful. But this is a morning star pattern. Technically, we would want this candle to be below the first candle, but it's much of a muchness here. And if we look at this, it's a morning star pattern, and this could be a big reversal. And, you know, I'll be honest, this could be the bottom, guys. Nobody knows. This could be our bottom. I think it would be a little bit premature, and I think it would cause a lot of chaos later on in the cycle if this does make a bottom, simply because we've only come down 53%, right? And in any strong bear market, we should come down at least 75%. So I am still looking for these lower levels. We have to get in on the alts here. We have to position ourselves and price ourselves in. But just beware here on the larger time frames. 75% is still looking around that 30K level. And all it takes is one black swan from Trump, right? If Trump can pump it, we're not out of the woods here. He could easily just black swan it down. And then we've done this a million times, right? In all of the previous cycles, we have eaten through the golden pocket. And we've entered into this whale accumulation zone just before the golden pocket. This is still my outlook. And yeah, clear to see that we are still in a downtrend here, even on the monthly time frame. Let's quickly bring up this monthly, and we can see that, I mean, it's crazy, guys. The monthly has printed now this green dot. We cannot go nuts on this monthly trade until this green dot confirms. And to be honest, I'm a little bit annoyed that things have pumped now. Most of you know I wanted this to go further down, and I wanted it, to be below the minus 45 line, because that's where it was at the last cycle bottom, and we got the beautiful entry. But the previous cycle bottom was very much around these levels, and it did give the absolute bottom. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think, but this actually could now be the cycle bottom. We have to wait for the next 10 days for this monthly candle to close to see if this green dot confirms. And one thing that's making me think that it might not confirm here is that, right, look at wave trend coming straight down. I hope this is big enough for everybody to see. And then it doesn't even curve, right? It just V-shapes straight back up to its slow moving average. And now it has crossed slightly and it's dropped the green dot. So all it would take now is for Bitcoin to reject at these levels, and the wave trend would move away from its slow moving average, and the green dot would disappear. So it's not that time yet to do that $10,000 100x trade that I'm looking for at the market bottom, right? We haven't properly swept the golden pocket, and I'm very skeptical about this green dot. If it does confirm, I will go in, maybe not with the 10K with the 100x, but I will go in with decent leverage and decent margin. Less than if it was below the minus 45, but I still will go in, guys, because VWAP has crossed. Money flow is pointing up. This is our wave trend strategy that is popping off on the daily time frame, monthly time frame. All right, guys, I've seen some extremely intelligent conversation happening in the general chat. So I am going to go through all of your insights here on Bitcoin. And I just love how you guys you're debating in extremely intelligent ways, and you all have good points. So we're going to go through everything. We're going to take it a little bit slow, right? Selling my card to go all in on Bitcoin. Woo! Predicted the bottom to be in by August. Okay, so we got someone. We got Hedger Monks putting his money where his mouth is. Wait for news and Trump on weekend will not be impressed if he dumps the market. Guys, we know this. We know that Trump is a pump and dump. right? That's what he loves to do because it makes him feel powerful. And it's insane that one man does have this much power, but he does. Yeah, pretty much, right? Pretty much 10 days for the monthly bull. But just be aware here that just because this has happened for the last 3 cycles and called the bottom doesn't mean that it has to happen again. This could be different. And what we could see here is potentially a bullish divergence occurring here on the monthly, which would be unprecedented, but something that is possible. All right, so here we go. Weekly time frame. Once again, the weekly bullish divergence. Absolutely awesome. The last time this happened, which also is very, very interesting here, and this is, one of my reasons and part of my thesis we could still see another flush, is the last time this weekly bull happened on Market Cypher, it was not yet the bottom, but it was close. We didn't see as much of a pump as we have seen now. All right, 15%, right? Now we've pumped 26%. But what we did see is a big flush from the whales down 30% to create that wave trend rifle pattern before money flow turned around. So this is what could still happen here on the weekly, guys. Another lower high flush down to the actual bottom. And yeah, to be honest, this is what I'm hoping for. Obviously, it's lovely to see the DCA bots all, making money, see the portfolio margin trades all kicking off. But if we look at money flow on the weekly here, I'm still not convinced. All right, this is super weird. We see Bitcoin pumping 26% in one weekly candle. It makes sense because we had a weekly bull. So it's the weekly bull playing out. We see wave trend moving, but what's happened to money flow? What's happened to our money flow? It's completely flat, right? Money flow is not convinced that there is actually real money flowing in yet. As soon as you sell your coin into long, it will drop 10K. Yeah, we have that guy, right, who sold his house in the previous bear market. His family was living on couches. They were couch surfing, and then he bought 4 or 5 houses. It can work out, guys, but it can also, yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of DCA, right? Sell your car in DCA, fine, but just be careful of going in with leverage here, especially just because we are 26% up. You could have done that down here at the weekly bull, and already you'd be nicely up, and you can stop loss to break even, take major profits, etc., etc. But please, guys, be careful of just FOMOing in here. All right, so we can see that on the weekly, we could still have quite a bit more pump here. And there's actually some nice analysis to be done here on the weekly RSI. I know some of you think RSI is boring, but really some of the best traders in the world, right? The RSI is actually the basis of their strategy. And yeah, very, very important. What we see here is RSI is trying to break out of its downtrend in momentum that we've had all the way since, I would say, March in 2024. All right, this is a multi-year downtrend in momentum that caused our bearish divergences up at the top. Momentum has been coming down for years. And now we can see exactly where that dynamic resistance is on the RSI. And RSI is breaking through, and this is a huge deal. This is what we need to watch, right? Weekly bull up to resistance, a clean break of resistance. It's been a very long time since we visited the not value area high, the overbought level on RSI on the weekly. And we are still seeing here on wave trend, on stochastic, on regular RSI, there could still be a lot of pump level left here. All right, I'm not going to spend too long on this because we've been doing a lot of weekly analysis and it's all coming to fruition, but it's all there in the Discord, guys. Go check it out. And yeah, very interesting to see here. If you put in a weekly channel right there, of course, this is also a matter of preference. And I would probably put right now a breakout at the median line with a little fake out to the top. It's really a matter of preference how you draw this in. But something like this to me would make sense. Within, you guys know, as I do these little breakout channels to the top, right? So those are the levels we'd need to actually surpass in order to really call a breakout out of this channel, but this is what I am looking at, and super cool to see. Sideways action, right? Accumulation moving towards that huge pump directly through that median line. And yeah, very, very interesting time now, guys. All right, so I'm just going to clean this up a bit. And let's actually quickly draw a Fibonacci from our top. So if this is a bottom, then we can see that we smashed through the 0.236, and just above us will be that 0.382. And if we actually do wick above that 0.382, that will be a higher high. And then we could be looking at upward sloping market structure. If things do get super bullish here, right, remember there are the 95K targets. There's multiple targets pushing up to 95, and that would be a test of that 0.5 level. And then this would be the golden pocket to look for those shorts if that is the case. But right now, what I'm looking at is the rejection on this daily time frame back up around these levels, because we can see some very, very clear order blocks here. Is everybody following? I see the chat is quiet. I believe you guys are focusing. All right, I see more viewers. Then likes, smash those likes for me, guys. And just another reminder, while we're on it, so I don't forget, please get involved here in this BitUnex campaign. The link is in the description. This is free capital. We do need to show them some volume here, guys. Let's show them what our community can do so we can get more of these rewards. And I know some of you are already getting in on it, so thank you for that. Please don't sleep on that, guys. It is time sensitive. All right, so if we look here at the daily time frame and we look at our lows and we bring up our highs, there is a very, very clear parallel channel here with current resistance being smashed. Nordic, I'm very, very impressed with your insights, man. We're going to go through the chat shortly. Red candles, yeah. I'm not one to specifically look at historic monthly closes and candles, just because I think, you know, cycles are so fractalized over the 4-year cycle and the 1-year bear market. They can come at different times, and they do make patterns with monthly closes, but I do believe those can break, and there's just so much more to look at. But anyway, we can see some very clear downward sloping support. We can see a very clear median line, which breaking below has given parabolic down move, breaking above has given parabolic up move. And now we can clearly see that we are at the top of this channel. When will BitUnex end? On the 27th. I think it changed slightly, but BitUnex will end on the 27th. So you just need to make a deposit and then just do a little bit of volume, guys, according to these tiers, right? It's easy to hit these volume tiers if you just use some leverage. Even if you just open and close a trade, pay a little bit of fees, make sure that you get these free bonuses. And yeah, I've got some more beautiful stuff coming to this community soon. I've been working hard on that front. Yeah, exactly, guys, exactly. Any of my links and you will be in the Discord, right? Any link that you're trading under, which is my link, even if it's a Coin Bureau trading link, that's mine. All you have to do is drop in the UID, drop the exchange and the UID, and make whatever deposit you can. And that just shows the love, guys. It shows the love. It's mainly also, you know, because I'm hiring a team now, I've got to pay more people. And yeah, the more support we give to those exchange links, the more free stuff those exchanges will give us. And I'm working now on from some devices, right? Some free iPhones, some free laptops, some cool stuff for you guys. Need to adapt to what the market gives us. Okay, so here it is, guys. Plain to see. Here is an order block. Boom, little one. We had a handbrake turn on the daily candle at that order block, where it just went and stopped for like a few minutes. Yeah, Maxio. All right, so just recap, bro, if you're just joining now. But yeah, we just went through the monthly and weekly timeframes. All right, so there we go. Order block. You can see it here on the 4-hour. All right, look what happened. Just a slight handbrake turn at the order block, and then Bitcoin just kept going. And it was a sign for me to hop into some of those altcoin trades. When I saw Bitcoin breaking through there, I went down to the 5-minute time frame and I looked for some entries. I mean, guys, look at this 4 hour. Like, something has to give, right? Look at the RSI on this 4 hour. Look at the stochastic just banging against that ceiling. Like, it has to be a short at some point. It has to be a short. We're just getting these red dot, green dot, red dot, green dot all the way at the top. This 4 hour money flow is going to be a nice early signal there. And this could be a nice short, guys. I will add to my 80K short if we get this daily red dot, because we're above the 45. We're high up on regular. We're high up on stochastic. Everything is lining up. VWAP is turning around. We're going to wait for the money flow, wait for that red dot. Let's actually set the alert right now on this. So we want the small red dot. Sell small red dot. Boom. All right, then interestingly enough, we are currently at this order block right here. It is a nice little doji. Check out the SMC videos, guys, that I've been dropping if you're not yet an SMC OG. Honestly, I believe the last video that I dropped, guys, it's all you need, right? It's all you need to trade SMC. And then this one's a little bit tricky because you could call this an order block because there was a slight uptrend there. Honestly, for me, I would prefer this pipeline as the uptrend. This is the break of structure. That is the impulse move. So I would call this last green candle that order block there. All right, let's quickly see what the sonar is giving us. It's nice to just have a bit of confluence. All right, so there we go, right? The sonar is choosing this candle here. But yeah, I'm going for this candle just above because this is like a longer structure that was broken. Let's see what the Tuffy indicator is giving us. All right, there you go. The Tuffy indicator is choosing my candle. Or actually, yeah, slightly further back. It's choosing this candle, but more similar. Either way, we have a confluence of overlapping order blocks, which are looking juicy right up at this 82K level. And if we throw in our fixed range volume profile on this larger range now, and oh, we need to go to a different chart for that. It doesn't work on this chart. But what's so interesting here is, yes, this was a little range, right? And we were trading it until it broke. But what's happening now is we're actually just back in this range, guys. This is the range we're in. All right, so let's just quickly go to this Bybit chart. We're going to need to clean it up a little bit here because we've smashed through. All right, so let's just give me a second to clean up everything here. These lower levels are still intact, but I like to keep things clean. And we broke the range, guys. We broke the range, so we have to pretty much start again, right? This is what happens. Yeah, interesting. So let me know. You know, I'll have to add roles now when we're moving into VIP, which has been the trajectory from the start. So I'm I'm proud of you guys in the Discord, right? We've reached a major milestone here now, which is great. But just give me advice, guys, on how you want the Discord to work, and I'll do it. 100%. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, Crypto Cloud. Lovely to see you, bro. Reading the news for 2 hours. Let us know what you learn. Lovely to have you. Lovely to have you. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Apologies, the sickness is real. 1 second. All right, I'm back. How's it going? All right, we still have more viewers than likes. Guys, please smash that like button. Share the stream. Yeah, roles and daily updates. All right, so now that we have VIP and you guys are going to be signing up to exchanges to have VIP, I will give you daily updates. All right, I will give you guys a daily Bitcoin and altcoin update. So there we go. I'll do that for you guys. If you guys make sure you're under my links to be in the VIP. And we will see a fallout, right? We will see some of our members falling off, but it's the members who aren't serious, guys. If you're serious about being in the community, It's not that hard, right? To just sign up to one of the exchanges and deposit a bit of money. All right, Will Smith it. Thank you, Crypto Cloud, man. It's lovely to see you. Bang a short on BTC. Would love to hear your and the Creep thoughts. Saad Sultan, welcome, welcome. So honestly, it's coming to a short time, guys. It's coming to a time where we're going to want to bang the shorts. Because this is just market structure. Whether we, and I think it's likely, make a lower high here, like it's going to be time, right? It's going to be time, and it could be all the way down. It could be down to 30K now. We get altcoin shorts. And one of my problems is that I'm too bullish long-term on altcoins, right? This is something that I've been working on for ages. I make money on my altcoin longs, but I don't short altcoins enough. So we're changing this, right? We're going to short some altcoins. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So it's just the exchanges here in the Discord, right? Any of these exclusive deals, just sign up there and make a deposit. And then once we change over to VIP, you'll just need to drop the UID. I'll double check it and add you to the VIP. But thanks, guys. I really appreciate. Yeah, we got BitGet. We're getting BidFi now, which is also really, really cool, really big. They're getting us some nice bonuses. But yeah, I've just been working on getting you guys basically a very solid, strong, trusted exchange for every single region. And now there's multiple, whether you want a DEX, we're also getting another DEX, which I'm very excited about. But it's all there, guys. We've got 2 EU fully MyCar registered exchanges. Yeah, for the MyCar guys. So the OKX, oh, it's not here yet. The OKX EU is almost up, right? They're just busy sorting my link, and then it will be one link for OKX for global and EU, and it's full leverage, completely registered with MyCar and what's the other one? I always forget, but they have leverage registration for EU on OKX. So that one's coming soon. Otherwise here, guys, on Bybit now, we also have the EU link, right? So it's a little bit boring there now on Bybit because there's no leverage, but it will be coming soon. They'll be adding 5x, they'll go up to 10x, etc. So CASP is there's another one now for EU for leverage trading. But yeah, OKX has it. And it will be my same OKX link. They're just busy hooking it up to the EU. Otherwise, guys, BitGet is still available in the EU, and they've given us an evergreen campaign here as well. They're working on their MyCar. It's in a gray region, right? A gray area right now, but it is available in the EU still. And then, yeah, BitUnix you can use without KYC, so that's also fine. And then Pionex is very much still available in the EU. And we also have Weeks. And guys, Weeks you can use anywhere in the world. Honestly, with a VPN set to Japan. That's what I do, right? Like, maybe you shouldn't say this, but you're supposed to KYC Weeks in South Africa, right? But I haven't KYC'd my Weeks in South Africa. I just put my VPN on Japan. And it works like a charm, guys. Weeks is... yeah, really strong option. But I would say right now use BitUnix because there's this free capital, right? And we want to show them fire. So I'm just going to be adding 2 more links here, probably the BidFi and the OKX. And then, yeah, any one of these guys. But I'll walk you all through it next week when I change over the Discord to the VIP. And yeah, I love Pionex. It's really, really good. Binance. We don't speak of Binance here, bro. Can't stand that exchange. VPN in Brazil. Okay, yeah. I mean, Weeks is just cool because I don't know what they've done, but it works so well on VPN. And yeah, absolutely no problems, guys. So if you're having regional problems, Weeks is also great because it has such good liquidity. And I have in my DMs a direct line to the CEO and the vice president. So if anything ever goes wrong with your accounts, I can fix them very, very quickly. All right, Hype Long. Enough of this exchange talk, guys. Hype Long from 71. Let's go. Okay, so Hype's actually one that I want to look at. BitGet KOL. Okay, nice. Yeah, we've already got the BitGet campaign. I have very close friends in BitGet. So they've given us this evergreen campaign that just refreshes. right? So you can get these bonuses. They're not massive, but it's free capital, guys. It's something. And then let me know also, if there's any exchanges that you like. I've been watching the P&L share group, and I watch you guys very closely. I see everything that you're doing. Blowfin, I'm not such a fan of, to be honest. I don't think the assets are one-to-one backed. I don't think the liquidity is good. They've offered us stuff, but guys, I don't want to put my name behind Blowfin because I want you guys to keep safe, right? So I've spoken to Antonio already. We're trying to put him up on OKX, but I've got mates here at BidFi. I saw, who was it? JMet, you're trading on BidFi, right? So I chatted to the BidFi guys last night. We've been trying to kick up a partnership for years, and yeah, finally that's going to happen on Monday. Once those last few links are up, then we're going to have a VIP Discord, guys. It's still going to be free. It's still going to be free, but you just have to show a little bit of community spirit, right? All right, if you're placing a bet right now for the next hours, what would be your bet, up or down? Down, guys. KGCI looking for lead traders, $200 a post. Interesting. Yeah, I don't usually do that kind of thing, but you can send me a DM. All right, so let's do this properly, right? I know we're going slow today. We're 46 minutes in. We're actually doing well, guys. Fixed range volume profile on now what is clearly our range. Hey, JMet, I was just shouting you out, bro. Did you just join? Because I was just talking about you trading on BidFi, and we're going to have a nice BidFi link. So yeah, JMet, try when you can, pop me your BidFi link in a DM, and I'll ask them. Sometimes it's hard if you're under another BD, but I'll ask them to move you under me, and then you won't have to do anything to get into the VIP community. All right, there's the high volume, guys. We're sitting right now at the high volume node within the value area high. If the rejection doesn't come in at this level, it's going to come in here. And when you bring up the fixed range volume profile, it makes it all so simple, right? It makes it all so simple because we've already established there's an order block there. Boom. On the daily, there's the 3 controversial order blocks here, right? The Sonar Lab one's there, my one's there, the Tuffy one's there. All 3 of them are basically here. And it has already touched that Sonar Lab one, right? The Sonar Lab says that the daily order block is this candle, and it has just been tapped. But I would say we could be in for just another little wick up to this high volume node within the value area high, which would be just an absolutely beautiful entry because we would still make that lower high. But yeah, it could be this. It could be this. You can see that we're candle bodying right now, like exactly to this high volume node. So I wouldn't say go for the short. Honestly, I wouldn't, guys, because it's not giving us a short trade yet. Right? When things like this happen, when Bitcoin goes crazy and things pump, that's when people start to get reckless. You can trade so well and so risk managed for months, and then when something big happens, your risk management goes out the window and you lose what you've been working on for the past few months. So just don't let that happen, guys. This is such a great sign, and a lot of you heard me talk about this, all right, for the past few weeks. I said I'm not going long or short on Bitcoin because we're in a major squeeze and we weren't getting smooth enough moves to go long or short. And now it's happened, right? Not below the 45, not above the 45, not below the 45. Where are we now? We are perfectly above that 45 line. Just a little bit more patience and we're going to get the daily short. When this daily short comes in, I'm going to add to my Bitcoin short trade. We've already, milked really nice profits off that Bitcoin short trade. And then this ETH long trade, right? We need to figure out now, am I going to close this ETH long trade? You can see I've already taken most of the profits off the table. I've put stop loss to break even. And we need to talk about this XRP trade. I mean, also it's pretty much done, right? 1.5K smashed. Are we going to short it? right? When you see something pump as much as these coins have pumped, we need to know now if we're going to short it. And this is going to be my major catalyst. If Bitcoin prints this red dot, and it's going to print it, guys, it's going to print it. We have our RSI in the perfect position for a short. We have our stochastic in the perfect position and about to cross over its slow moving average. We've set the alert now. And yeah, I'm going to need to rest this weekend, guys. I've been working through being sick and I'm just not getting better. So I might not be on the charts, right, to tell you guys when this pops off. So please, please set the alerts here. We had a lot of other alerts pop off here from our previous live streams. I entered the trades, but I think some of you guys did miss out. And I'm not always going to be there to tell you, right, when these trades pop off. So make sure that these alerts that we set, we're going to set more today, but make sure you do set them. And yeah, the gram was quite annoying. My gosh, we took first TP1, first TP2, stop loss break even, and then this major pump popped out. But I know JCG, I don't think you're with us, but maybe you'll recap. And well done, bro. I know you got the rest of that trade. All right, guys, let me drink before I lose my voice. Is everybody clear here what we're waiting for? Is everybody clear here what we're waiting for? Draw fib from 6 October 2025 to low in 2026. 6 October. All right, it's great to have you guys with us. Let's go. Please smash those likes. All right, let's quickly draw your fib, and I want to go through what you guys have been talking about in the general chat. All right, so that is a nice fib to draw. I'm not sure if you saw me draw this fib a little bit earlier. Just below 0.382. Yeah, so what's interesting about this 0.382 is that if we hit the 0.382, it will be a higher high, which will technically be a change of structure. We could still come down, but to give us a higher low, which could mean that the bear market bottom is in. And honestly, anybody who tells you right now that they know whether the bear market bottom is in or not doesn't know what they're talking about, right? Don't trust anyone. The one thing that I thought was really cool is I saw one of the major global liquidity leaders. They said that 8 of the 12 capitulation signals have fired, right? I'm going to do more research on what exactly those 12 capitulation signals are, but that kind of an outlook makes sense to me. All right, kind of 8 of 12, kind of like 60% there. But yeah, very on the verge. So if we reject here at this order block and come back down to make a lower low again, which makes total sense to me, like to still be in a bear market, to flush that golden pocket on the larger trend, then would be a front run of that 0.382, which just means it would be a magnet for liquidity when we come back up to it at another stage. But yeah, nice Fibonacci there. All right, guys, so I saw you guys not arguing, but debating, right, in the Discord. And this is why the Discord is there. So you guys can actually act as a community. Yeah, exactly, at the all-time high. Waiting confirmation for the short. Well done, Stevik. Waiting for a break of the 82. Order block to enter a short. Yeah, so basically we're waiting to see here. It doesn't really matter which order block it is. I will be extremely surprised if we break this range. It can happen. We broke this range. It can happen that we break this range, but I will be extremely surprised, right? We need a cool-off. We need a retracement. We need a rejection. It would be very unprecedented for Bitcoin to pump more after pumping 25% in 3 days. So we're looking for a retracement from basically this zone, and it doesn't really matter where in this zone you get the short. The snipers, you can get it from these high volume nodes. But in essence, guys, market cipher, please. Please, please, please. That's it, right? Look at the last red dot where it came in. All right, I didn't take it because we weren't in value area high, but now we are, right? If a red dot pops off and VWAP crosses and money flow points down, that's where we short Bitcoin and we short 10 altcoins or whichever altcoins are giving us the setup. LTech, nice, bro. Yeah, it's like maybe I'm a moon boy, right? But I struggle to really short altcoins. Sold to 96. Interesting. R2UP. Hard to say your name, but bro, check out this Solana video here that I dropped on Coinbureau Trading. Because yeah, you'll see everything. It's like a little bit outdated now, I guess. I'll make another one. Okay, we're going to look at ETH shortly. I am in the ETH long still. I'm not seeing a reversal until USDT dominance hits 6.75. Interesting. The market always goes against what the majority thinks. There we go. And right now, the majority thinks that the bear market's over, guys. How do I make a poll? Let me make a poll quickly. One second. Okay, start a poll. Is the bear market over? Simples, right? Yes or no? Okay, so vote in the poll. The poll is in the chat. And yeah, more viewers than likes. Guys, smash the likes. To indicator templates. Interesting. Give me a bit more explanation there. All right, but I think you guys are speaking a lot of sense here in the Discord, so I just want to go through it because, hey, well done. There we go, registered, beautiful. Crypto ZDAC, nice. Sent you weeks UID. Well done, guys, well done. So you guys who are sending me the UIDs, I'll check them. Just deposit anything, right? It's all, I'm not going to say you have to deposit $50 or $100 or $1,000 because honestly, I know some of you guys are trading with $10 and making money, and that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's go through here. Okay, so first you guys were talking, I was like super sick at this point. I couldn't even think. I was like lying there looking at my phone. Like I said to my partner, I'm like, Bitcoin's pumping. And she's like, oh, well, that's good, right? I'm like, yeah, that's good. But I was just in FOMO, right? When you're sick, like, of course you shouldn't trade when you're sick, guys, because like you're not thinking straight. So I'm just sitting there watching Bitcoin break out with like this huge FOMO. All right, so this was interesting. Executives from Coinbase, Ripple, Robinhood, other major firms are expected to sit down with leaders from the SEC and CFTC. Do I need to make this text bigger? Are you guys reading it? All right, so Clarity Act, yeah, maybe moving forward because we're getting this sit down with CEOs. Always a really good sign. All right, Slasher, I saw you were super on it, bro. Watching the breakout. Love it. Okay, so Treasury buyback. You were on it, hard currency. Look at that as the breakout was happening. Good excuse to clean up those liquidation levels. Bro, you nailed it. Hard currency. You deserve an absolute salute for this, man. Because, guys, and like, if you think hard currency rambles on or whatnot, this is one of the smartest people in our Discord. By far, right? He's buff tricks and he may seem obsessive or something, right? But he's incredibly intelligent and logical. And when this bro speaks, guys, please listen, because honestly, you could have even taken this message here as a signal. And yeah, hard currency, thank you for being in our community, bro. I really do respect you, man. Yeah, it was cool to see ETH pumping like that, guys. And I mean, I told you for quite a while now, hey, we were looking at simply the BTC against ETH. And it's been super interesting to see ETH against BTC just kind of trending towards this major level and then just drifting, right? There's no denying that this level on ETH has been a gigantic, historic, dynamic resistance. Right, there's like 20 rejections on this level, maybe even more. And then we see ETH just subtly just drifting through this level, guys. And that's, not something to take lightly. Basically, this is, I see you, JMed. Perfect, bro. This drift through that level, as subtle as it looks, is a huge signal for altcoins, right? And a catalyst for these major pumps. All right, and I did drop on X. I'm sure you guys saw the Bitcoin cheat sheet. I dropped it on my X. So please make sure you learn about it there. I'm still so surprised to see some of you guys asking me about, Bitcoin dominance cheat sheet in the Discord. All right, guys, just a few more likes and we get to at least the likes that are the concurrent viewers. All right, so if you are watching, please subscribe, smash the like button, and don't be quiet in the chat. Yeah, it's crazy. Bufftrix, are you still with us, bro? You're such a humble guy. All right, yeah, he called it, hey? Called out gold before the big pump, confirmed the trade. Very cool. Osmosis going smoothly through the sells wall. There we go. Osmosis, guys, on ETH against BTC. Crazy. All right, so we have Crypto Ziadek giving us some logical thought here through the pump. And I was with you guys here. I was just like too out of it to be, replying, but well done, guys. And it's true, right? There was I think 3 billion liquidated. So something like a green swan event, pretty much, but still, nothing to go super crazy over, nothing to say the bear market's over, and nothing to just like FOMO into, right? Okay, so yeah, let's look at these SMAs. Very, very important. Below market support band. Interesting. Long-term range between 60 and 70. So we did manage to break that, which is pretty cool. Stay chill out there. That's the best advice you can give, honestly, man. Stay chill. All right, so far, every time we have rejected from the daily 200, we have had a huge drop. Breaking it would expect a big move to the previous high, which would be that 82. Breaking a monthly 50 has confirmed the bear market is over. So it should be an interesting monthly close. Still expecting lower prices, but I would flip if we go above monthly 50. All right, so let's quickly go. Let's go back to this very zoomed out crypto chart on Bitcoin. And let's go to the monthly. I'm going to leave these order blocks in for now, so don't let them confuse you when I'm zoomed out like this. XMR, interesting. Okay, we'll have a look. All right, so the MA50 on the monthly. Interesting, man. Look at that. Wow. Guys, what an interesting time we are living in right now. So this could also be a possibility, right? Does everybody remember this cycle with COVID and what happened there with the black swan? So we came and we bounced on the 50 and it was bear market bottom, but then we got the black swan with the bounce on the 50 again before the parabolic move upwards. And then next cycle, and this is what I'm still hoping for, right? This is the time to go nuts and accumulate Bitcoin. That's when I would sell my car, right? One of my cars and buy some Bitcoin, but not now, right? I just love my cars too much right now to sell them, but I'll sell something else, right? One of my properties or whatever. But yeah, this is the accumulation zone below that 50 and very interesting to see. Honestly, this cycle could be different to every other cycle. And we might just bounce here, guys. We might just bounce here, put in a bottom at 55% down from all-time high and just move. So yeah, that one's very interesting to me. Daily 200 we're going to look at now as well. Let's quickly also just check out the weekly 200 over 50. And these are the ones that I would look at, guys. So I think a lot of you who have been following my analysis that I've been dropping in the Discord, I've been looking at this for quite a while now, this weekly 50, 200 cross. And yeah, very interesting to see. A few of you have also been talking about, I've forgotten who it was. Was it Boftrix? You talked about Bitcoin reaching its hand to grab that 50. And I mean, man, you were spot on. You were spot on. So just a little fake out below that 200 on the weekly, and then boom, the breakout to close that gap between the 50 and the 200. And now we do just have this front run, guys. So this could be the catalyst for the shorts. All right, what we might get now is just a little bit of consolidation here while Bitcoin makes it up to that 50. And if we connect with the 50 in the order block with the high volume node, that could be the catalyst for that short trade. And then what could happen here that we do very often see is then the squeeze between these two MAs. And then, of course, we could see the golden cross here on the weekly if they finally cross. But let's have a look here. Well, it would first have to be a down cross on that weekly. Let me not confuse you. But yeah, it's a lot more simple here on the daily with the 50 and the 200. And remember, this is what all of the institutional traders are watching. They're watching the 50 and the 200 on the daily because this is your golden or death cross. And you know, we've been speaking about this quite a lot. The fall below that 50, the accumulation back through the 50. And this was the coil. And I spoke about this in my video last week. And then we just cleaned up, guys. We went straight to the 200, and now we've broken above the 200 with volume. And what usually happens when you cut through a moving average like this, like a knife, and I speak about this quite often, when a moving average is at an angle, it's very easy for price to move straight through it. When a moving average is at a horizontal level, it acts more like support and resistance, right? So just something interesting to keep in mind there. And we saw here at the angle, Bitcoin moved straight through it. And now that we are above this 200, we could see, I mean, look how the 50 is pointing up now. We could actually see these two moving averages cross over, which would give us our golden cross. So I'm not going to say that I know what's going to happen here. We could easily get that again, right? Which is just the almost cross, and then everything points back down, and we cross back down and we go to our bear market bottom levels. Or we could get the golden cross here. I do think it would be like a premature bottom. But yeah, very nice insights here, guys, in the Discord. And I am with you, man. I am with you on these. Okay, you're looking at the EMAs. Interesting. Okay, let's quickly check that monthly EMA. Okay, so only slightly higher than the MA. Only slightly higher than the MA. So basically what you're saying here is if we get the monthly close above, then you'll call bear market bottom. Let me see your exact words here. Monthly close. So what I would probably say here is a monthly close and then another monthly candle close. I would just be a little bit wary here of this candle closing and then still breaking below. But yeah, 50 EMA, 50 MA, much of a muchness. Below market support band. Interesting. So yeah, moving up, there's going to be a lot of resistance to move through for our bull market, but no stress, man. That's what the bull market does. So guys, I actually just recorded a BNB video now that I'm going to edit after the stream, and I'll drop it tomorrow. But we'll look at BNB also. I would say, yeah, daily's calling for it. When the steam is cooled, we'll go down chopping sideways. Interesting. JTO dropped in macro trading to show overlapping bearish OBs. Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm eager to actually get into some trades, guys. Another Frenchie. Salute, salute. Weekly Ichimoku baseline. 70K. Strong track record of acting as resistance. So Crypto Cloud, I know you're on the Ichimokus. Crypto Cloud, if you're still watching, give us your Bitcoin Ichimoku chart. Okay, so that's the Ichimoku baseline and we're just tapping it. Interesting. Okay, will it repeat? What is this EMA? What line is this? Nice, bro. We would love to see your Ichimoku chart on Bitcoin. If you're in the Discord, just drop it for us in the macro setups and I'll bring it up on the screen. If you guys don't know Crypto Cloud, he is the Ichimoku OG, right? He's been trading Ichimoku for like 5 years plus. Well, how long have I known you, Crypto Cloud? 4 years. Okay. Yeah, man. You can't deny that this looks like the stairway to hell, right? We talk about a stairway to heaven in a bull market where it's just bull flag, bull flag, bull flag. This looks like the stairway to hell, guys. I'm totally with you for lower levels here. I mean, we have broken above that level now, but it still could be a lower high there. Okay, BID, the OB that rejected in the last rally, 82K on the 12 hour. Yeah, pretty much the same OB that I'm looking at. Well, that's the one where our candle bodies are now like leveling out to. That's literally the OB that we're at now. Interesting. Yeah, so we smashed through all of these OBs in the 70s. MicroStrategy started pumping at the same time with BTC. So the thing about what happened with the buybacks is it wasn't just good for crypto, right? It was good for all of the markets, all risk assets. And of course, MicroStrategy. All right, so we burst through. And guys, don't be hard on yourselves, right? If you were looking for rejections at order blocks and it burst through them, because that's just what happens. And it's just a learning, right? In my order block video, you'll see my checklist for invalidations and validations. And it's just a solid learning that when you're trading order blocks, you have to wait for the swing failure pattern. You have to wait for the reaction at the order block. And that's why we use Market Cipher. Spot selling against futures. Will spot sells become big enough to tip in their favor? So it is nice to see spot traders taking profits. Well done. I saw some of you taking profits on your spot. Like, do it, guys. If you are spot trading, take profits on your spot and buy back when we retrace. Like, it's semi-inevitable that we will have a retracement at some point. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. The craziest target really is that 95. And if we hit that 95 as a target, it will be a higher high. And then it's on, guys. Then we're going down for a higher low and it's bull market kicking in. But there are a lot of reasons why 95K is looking good. So I would just not go ape shit into anything right now, guys. You have to be very chilled. Indicator template, interesting. All right, guys, so we go into some setups. I know you guys want to look at ETH. Yeah, and the trades here, they popped off. Oof, these old trades, guys. I didn't take a lot of them. You know, I was off the charts, but I hope you guys set the alerts from the last live trading stream because, yo, that was potentially serious money that could have been made if you actually took those trades and held them. All right, ETH has gone absolutely nuts. Let's just take a chart and clean it up. I think this is a good one. Whew. All right, nice reminder here on ETH to do the daily order blocks, guys. Do the daily order blocks with the high volume nodes. All right, this is the index. Let's actually just get the Fiber chart. Oh my gosh, this chart is even more messy. All right, so there we go. We pumped straight through the order blocks. And this is also just a big learning here, guys. So if you took these order blocks, right, just understand that you made a big mistake. All right, I gave you guys these order blocks to look out for. And I always say only enter the order blocks if you get the entry signal from Market Cipher. Right, it's clear to see we did not get this signal. And this is your best friend, really. Do not go willy-nilly on order blocks. Everything else was lining up, right? There was no swing failure pattern. There was no red dot. So it just wasn't a trade. Just wasn't a trade that we took. Okay, this is now a super interesting time on ETH because ETH has gone now and made already, I would say, just a few dollars off from a higher high. All right, so this one's even messier. Just give me some quick seconds to clean this one up. And just beware, when you see a pump like this, you have to zoom out. So just be very careful here of any 4-hour stuff that you're doing. Right, you guys, we all have to zoom out now. But yeah, it is nice to see. We were tracking this. We were tracking this beautiful breakout from the symmetrical triangle. And yeah, if you're not aware of bull pennants, bear pennants, bull pennants, basically if you see a symmetrical triangle that has a very quick consolidation, it can be a bull pennant, and that's exactly what this was. Very nice. Let's drop in the FRVP on this range now and see what's up. I'm basically just going to follow Bitcoin here, right? If Bitcoin gives us the short, is it a good time to open the short on Bitcoin and ETH? Not yet, guys, not yet. Did you just join the stream? All right, it seems like some are just hopping on, but I'll break it down for you now on ETH. Oh, no stress. We'll post my BTC chart. Awesome, man. Awesome. First time joining. Welcome. Shavashil. Beautiful, man. Glad to hear you're trading the Market Cipher. Okay, guys. So ETH is extremely interesting right now. Whew. This is going to be a banger short, absolute banger short, and it could actually be from this level. ETH is looking a little bit more simple than Bitcoin. Extremely interesting here. Look at that, right? It's just a lower high. At current, it's just a lower high by a few dollars. But yeah, a little bit more simple than Bitcoin here because the volume is so much easier to read. Right, high volume node, boom. High volume node, boom. And then very low volume all the way up to this high volume node, which is close enough to value area high. And then it's a matter of reading these order blocks. And again, this is a matter of preference. You know, clearly we can see that there's a little order block there. I would put my order block here because of this uptrend and the strong impulsive move. Okay, so I would put my daily order block here. Let's quickly see what the other indicators are saying for these order blocks. Okay, so Sonar Lab is saying order block here, pretty much directly in confluence with my order block. Tuffy indicator, it's not giving us a bearish order block right here. It is giving us a strong high, right? A strong high. Super weird. It's not giving us an order block there. But anyway, I would keep my order block up here, and we can see that it is in confluence with this high volume node. And yeah, for those of you who are just hopping on now, you can use this same kind of logic for Bitcoin right now. Giggle, I saw you talking about Giggle. We'll have a look at it. But yeah, everything is setting up for the short right now. Okay, so we are in value area high of the current range. We had a smooth move, value area high, value area low, bullish divergence, value area high. And this is it, guys. This is it. We could rinse and repeat really nicely from this level back down to value area low. I would see a little bit of consolidation here, but we need to watch for a swing failure. And if you guys are getting into Market Cypher, this could be one of your first banger Market Cypher daily trades. Everything is lining up because we can see RSI is way overbought on the daily and it's rolling over. Stochastic is way overbought on the daily, literally against the 100 ceiling. And it's also moving through now its slow moving average. So if you guys are getting itchy for the short, please don't do it, right? Don't do it until this green dot prints. And really you would want to wait for the green dot to print and confirm with another daily candle close, or at least just that candle. When the red dot prints, at least wait for that candle to close. So we'll set the alert here for the sell small red dot. And make sure you guys set it. We've been waiting, right? Just like Bitcoin, this has been super squeezed and it's been a no trading zone for a while. At least not on the daily time frame for our actual trigger wave strategy, which must be above or below. Now we're getting everything. We're getting value area high. We're getting wave trend above 45. We're getting VWAP looking to cross down. Our money flow needs to turn. We're getting RSI rhyming with stochastic and overbought. And of course, we're getting Fibonacci levels. So I would say there's probably like 6 to 8 levels of confluence here. Let's quickly check these fibs here. All right, so it tapped the 0.5 pretty much to the dollar. All right, and then if we break above there, it's this big golden pocket here. And then it's these high volume nodes here. Let's not talk about this, right? Let's not get too crazy here, but this is basically the equivalent of if Bitcoin pumps to 95. Then we'll start talking about these levels, but we'll need to see Ethereum first pump through 2,600. If anything, right now, I could see Ethereum giving a bit of a retracement. Right, if you pull a trend line like here, bit of a retracement. Just wait for the red dots, and if you want to get into the long, you got to wait even longer. First red dot, then green dot. All right, cool. Is everybody with me? Okay, let's have a look at USDT dominance. All right, we'll look at XMR first. Interesting. So when to short, bro? I hope you have got it now. I hope you fully understand. So yes, guys, it's close, right? It's almost a good time to short, but just don't do it. Don't do it until you get the signal, because you will regret it. Even if you're slightly lagging. Okay, we are already an hour and a half through. My gosh. This is my BTC trade on the 4 hour. Nice. Crypto Cloud, I see you. Okay, so guys, if you are with us, be sure to get involved in this BitUnex free capital campaign. There is not that much longer left, right? Until August 27th. Make sure you get the deposits in. Do this little bit of trading volume that is required. And yeah, make sure you get this free capital. Let's show some volume there. Let's make their team happy so they give us more free stuff. And yeah, they've basically told us, guys, if we show fire here in this campaign, I can give them any campaign that I want for the next one. And trust me, it's going to be epic. So just make sure, like, just do your trading there for now, for the next week, and show some volume. I would really appreciate it because it's going to help this community. Yeah, you can deposit any amount, guys. You know, we're living in different regions. Everything is relative. Like, don't deposit $1. But yeah, we're moving into VIP now, guys, and you're going to need to be under my link with any deposit. But don't stress, I'll talk you all through it in the Discord on Monday. What's up, Husseini in the building? Welcome, welcome, brother. All right. No. Okay, cool. So the poll is saying no. What's the poll saying? Yes, 27%. No, 73%. Is the bear market over? Well done, guys. I am proud. I am proud to see this. Right? It might be over, but yeah, it's logical thinking to be a little bit more careful there. Okay, so quickly, market charts. Let's do it. I want to also look at some altcoins. There's a lot of short setups that could be really nice here. Oof, look at that. USDT dominance. So this is always a good idea, guys. All right, so all of my liquidity on the side that I put into my DCA bots is split equally into USDT and USDC. Right, everyone just trusts these stable coins, but things can go wrong. And yeah, USDC is actually, I would say, the more trustworthy one with the more like regulatory outlook. But I would just be careful there. Let me just reply quickly to the Bybit guys. All right, sweet. Okay, USDT dominance. Look at that rejection, guys. Oh my word. Sometimes you got to toot your own horn here when the level just plays out. So we've been doing this for quite a while now. So yeah, very simple, guys. Very, very simple here. Extremely accurate. All right, so this is the major upward sloping market structure channel we have on USDT dominance. This is the median line. That was the major double top rejection. And now we've fallen below the, sorry, so this was the median line of the top half, right? The top quarter line. Now we've fallen below the median line of the major channel. Who was talking about USDT dominance here? Was it Boftrix? Oh, there we go. Before shorting any asset, just have a look at USDT dominance. Nice. Okay, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this. And yeah, very clear to see, you know, the drop below this level is a major reason we saw everything pump so much. This was a massive support and resistance flip. And look at that. Fell below it and everything pumped. So yeah, good point. Absolutely good point here. It looks like USDT dominance wants to pump here. And this is a nice directly inversely correlated asset. All right, so just be careful here. And yeah, if we get the green dot here and we get these RSIs moving up into the momentum zone, that can add confluence to your shorts. So yeah, it is big brain, guys. We'll set the green dot here on USDT dominance. And if that starts to pump, then we'll inversely correlate that to taking some shorts. All right, buy small green dot. There we go. Give me a second to drink so I don't lose my voice. Okay, I'm not going to go on too much longer, guys, so I don't kill myself here while I'm sick. POL and ENA. Okay, let me add them to the list. But LJ, drop us your analysis, bro. Drop us your analysis into the chart. Into the Discord chat. Okay, awesome, man. USDT just got audited. Reserve beats liabilities. Okay, that's cool. They're struggling in EU because they refuse to be regulated, but yeah. USDT against USDC. So USDT against USDC wouldn't really tell you much in terms of dominance. Oh, that's cool. So you actually invert the chart. Interesting. 6.75. All right, so I would actually say we could go lower. But that's just me, right? And I'm looking for this median line here. We can see just how important that quarter line was there. And yeah, we've got a very accurate channel here. Can see the support and resistance flip at this quarter median line. So I would be looking for, I mean, pretty close, but I would say around 6.35% for a nice turnaround there. It can happen before. But yeah, everything's looking good here, guys. Okay, so let me go through your charts in the Discord. I will also take some requests now for you guys on any altcoins that you want me to look at. Just give me 1 second here. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, I can't go on too much longer because I need to watch my voice. Oh, yeah. Okay, interesting. So you get the USDT plus the USDC. Yeah, I think USDT is still the majority of what's used for coin margin. So like if you look, I mean, of course, Bitcoin has like Bybit has USDC margin coins. But if you look at most exchanges, right? Like if you go to, yeah, most exchanges and you go here, you'll see that, you know, first is your USDT. Like here on BitConnect, we see both USDC and USDT margin futures, but you will see more coins on the USDT just because, I don't know, it's like more established on exchanges. But it's also nice to trade coin margin, guys. Also nice to trade coin margin. Alrighty, so I'm not going to go too deep into the market charts now. Crazy to see mad pumps on S&P. But yeah, we have been doing a lot of analysis. This is interesting, guys. So have you guys forgotten about the CME? Because this is crazy. Like I actually just picked up this chart last night and I was like, what? Look at this. Right, there's the magnet that we placed here in May. This is crazy, guys. Look at this. The CME gap didn't get closed that we had on the 18th of May. How nuts is that? Closed. CME gap closed. Guys, sometimes it's like the accuracy of the CME chart and the imbalance here. I mean, that's like 79,175. It closed like $400 above the CME. All right, that's how I knew 8.6 was acting as a ceiling. 45 days after tapping it. Yeah, really the USDT dominance is such a nice leading chart. Most of the charts that we look at are lagging charts, right? All right, so let's see here where the CME gaps are to the downside. I'd say there's nothing major right now. We need to keep an eye on this. Oh, there's technically no more CME gaps, right? It looks like it gapped a bit there. But I think CME is now running 24/7. But yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy, guys. Okay, so this total 3 chart. What the what? This is super interesting because we've got big gaps to the upside liquidity and the downside liquidity. And now it looks like total 3 is just entered back, or trying, right, to enter back into its previous upward sloping pipeline. So it's something nice to keep your eyes on here for altcoins. And then, of course, you can watch the market cipher here on the total 3. And if the total 3 prints a red dot here, and we see the RSI dumping, this is also why it's not really a time now to go in on alts long. All right, this will be a nice catalyst for those altcoin shorts. So I'm hoping over the weekend things are going to chill out a little bit. And then next week we can smash some nice altcoin shorts. All right, we spoke about ETH against BTC. This others is a nice, interesting chart. What? Why does this look so weird? Why does this chart look so weird? This looks like actually wrong, right? Surely the others should have pumped. Something weird going on there. All right, and I hope you guys have been following in on Coin Bureau because woof, these have been bangers, guys. All of these altcoin trades absolutely exploded. And yeah, try to get in on just the strategy here for the altcoins. Like, especially now if you've missed out, you have to be very, very careful. All right, guys, before we end off, what can I look at here? Okay, Bitcoin trade that I took on the 4 hour. Damn. So there we go, just rinsing and repeating. And this is what I say often. It's so important to have a strategy that is highly risk managed and just works, right? And you rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until you get these banger trades, guys. It's inevitable, all right? Most people see this banger coming in and then they trade. But if you have a trading plan and it works, you will already be positioned right for these. But there we go. Ichimoku Cloud giving an itchy buy. Man, that's crazy. Looks like you got kind of 68. What's your entry? Yeah, kind of 68 all the way up. Great work, man. Okay, if the blue line, which is the conversion line below the cloud, crosses the red line, I will start taking more trades on BTC and altcoins since BTC will go into a bull run. Okay, Ichimoku is not my forte. Let's see here. Blue line crosses the red line. Okay, got you. Conversion, like trend reversal. On the 1 week. What is going on with that others chart? That others chart can't be right. Others.d. Was I on the others.d? Only strong alts are up. Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. There are CMEs, but smaller. Maintenance gaps. Okay, so now we need to look for maintenance gaps. So that's the one I saw at 69. Interesting. Right? Is there still an 84? Well, that's the one that we just closed, but we didn't reach 84, right? All right, look at Aster doing nothing. Yeah, I mean, Aster is Aster, guys. Yo, like, I want Aster to do well. But those kinds of coins, they're just going to rely on an actual bull market and an actual altcoin season. But others.d 4 hour. Bull rifle. Interesting. Others dominance. Interesting. So what does this mean? Break it down for me. The dominance of the others, excluding the top 10. But like if we look at coins like Gala, okay, a little pump. A little pump. And at least a break of structure. At least a break of structure. $55. Damn. Oh, man. I'm in FOMO. I wanted to enter that Gala trade. I didn't enter it. I wanted to enter the bull. Didn't enter it. But anyway, it's nice to see them crossing over. Let's see this Aster. I know the CEO of Aster well. I mean, I wouldn't say that's nothing. I wouldn't say that's nothing, guys. It's 25% up. Guess it's not huge for an altcoin, but yeah, it hasn't broken its market structure. Okay, I'm going to go through your guys' suggestions, but I think what we actually need to do here is do a screening. Prefer stock trades since they trend a lot. Interesting. MSFT. That the MicroStrategy futures. It's just really cool to see you doubling down on what you know, man, and making it work. Interesting. Oof, crazy. We'd expect the price of ETH to reach within a year or two. So I have done that larger time frame analysis, and honestly, it's like crazy, man. 10K, 16K on the Fibonacci's. All right, Dusk, very nice. Yeah, I saw you caught that move. Beautiful. JCG, we're missing you, bro. This gram was a banger. This gram trade was a huge banger. All right, what's happening here in the macro setups? JTO, Solana Daily, IMX, Sui Daily. All right, so Sui obviously did pump already, but let's have a quick look. I am still in the Sui short, but it's from higher up. All right, so Sui, I don't think out of the woods. Clear to see where the major extreme resistance is here. Yeah, there's a lot of coins that I want to look at here, guys. I mean, it's just crazy how many falling wedges there are. And some of them are breaking out. Some of them aren't breaking out. I mean, XRP, of course, is melting faces here. This was like, you know, one of the biggest pumpers. And it makes sense because of how, you know, Trump is bullish on these American altcoins. Let me clean this up. But have a look at that falling wedge, fake out to the downside. All right, you guys hear me often talk about this. Fake out to the downside, break out to the upside. Absolutely crazy. All right, just give me a moment here. There's a few that I want to show you guys. And yeah, I mean, lots of them. I mean, I took the trades on these. HBAR, BNB, Uni, Atom, ICP. I didn't actually get the XLM trade, which is crazy. Because this was one of the best charts we had. Really one of the best charts we had. Did the analysis, got sick and stopped trading. I mean, it's good. You shouldn't trade while you're sick, guys. But yeah, popped off so nicely from our entry, up 22%. And the QNT is also an interesting one. If you guys remember, we were looking at QNT. It did a beautiful move here from this double bull. And it has also now just broken through. I could see a fake out here above this dynamic downward sloping resistance. So watch out there. But this could be something nice to look at for a retest and a possible another entry. There's the ICP that I dropped a video on last week. Nice breakout there. Crazy, guys. This could be absolutely huge. All right, so multiple month falling wedge here, and then just complete sideways movement from the support of the falling wedge, now gliding through that falling wedge resistance. So look for a weekly or a monthly signal here, because yeah, I'm gonna have to give you guys like my full weekly, monthly strategy here, but it's very nearly time to go in on these portfolio margin trades. You know, when we see these weekly bullish divergences popping off, we see monthly time frame green dots. Very interesting time here, guys. All right, so let's just quickly look at this atom. It's another one that I dropped on Coin Bureau last week, and it popped off. All right, weekly green dot, daily. Just breaking through. So this one could be a nice retest here. If we do get a rejection. All right, I'm not going to spend too long on these because I want to go through your guys' ones. BNB I'll be dropping tomorrow, the full video. Uni is also in that video, and Tau. Yeah, Tau is an interesting one. I'll quickly show you. But have a look then again when that video comes out. Look at this chart, guys. This is super cool. All right, so Tau played out from the bullish OB on the daily and the high volume node, you know, from all the way back. Really, really cool. Exactly from that level and from the bullish divergence on the daily with the rifle. Gave an absolutely amazing trade here. There we go, 26% up, and now it's hitting that major resistance. Hitting value area high, hitting the major resistance. So do your analysis here. I think this could be, yeah, a super interesting one. All right, guys, we will end off soon. XMR. As there is a meme coin. You want me to do XMR? There were a few more in the Discord there. All right, so XMR actually looks pretty interesting here. I know you guys are looking for the short here, but this is one of the healthier market structures actually, right? I think, you know, XMR is obviously doing so well here because of the US's kind of positive outlook here on privacy coins. I don't know how much of a future privacy coins have, to be honest, because, you know, they open up pathways for so much black market stuff, and eventually, like, crypto will need to be regulated. But I do hold an XMR bag. It is up. And it is something that is nice to trade on the larger timeframes because it has a decent market cap. All right, so you guys can do this analysis for yourself, right? I've taught you everything to do here. High volume nodes, order blocks, blah, blah, blah. Wait for the market cipher signal. This looks like a juicy zone right here. So what I would do is hop onto the 4-hour time frame and then come to this section here and try to get these order blocks. Yeah, like that one. Boom. All right, this order block has not been tapped yet. So that would be a good one. It's in value area high. You can see there's another major order block here, but it has already been mitigated twice. And now, you know, price trying to break through. But again, either way, wherever the order blocks are, make sure that you wait for this daily red dot. Oh, look at that, daily bear. Daily bear, who dropped this? Nordic, no stress. Thank you for joining, man. Crypto Ziedag, nice drop, brother. Moderna. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, and you actually literally said giggles. We must look at giggles. Or was that hedge? Yeah, no, from a distance, they're all looking pretty flat. But guys, flat is good. Flat is accumulation. Nice, Aika, well done. Okay, so guys, remember for the BitUnix one, there's a little bit of volume requirement, right? So you have to deposit the tier and then you have to just open and close some trades to get enough volume. So yeah, let me quickly explain it. Yeah, and we're not going to be too much longer, guys, but it's easy, right? So they're going to change this slightly. They have told me they're going to make it so the first one will be you just have to trade once, but I'll confirm with you guys when it's changed, and then this one will be 10K, this one will be 50K. But basically, to get a 10K trading volume, it's not as hard as you might think, right? It's literally if you take $100 and you open a trade on 100x, just opening the trade gives you that 10K because it's 100 times 100, right? So all you have to do there is you could open and close a trade on $100 on 50x. Opening it and closing it will give you that 10K. And of course, it will be like, I don't know, a little bit of fees, but it won't reach nearly what you'll get back. And then ideally, you want to be hitting these higher levels. And yeah, you'll just have to open and close a few trades to get those volume tiers. But just remember, there is a little bit of volume tier that has to be hit there. Anyway, we'll talk more about exchanges next time. This is looking super interesting. Super interesting to see a bear div coming in. All right, not really on RSI, but it is coming in here on wave trend. There we go, a market cipher bear div. And it was even a few candles ago. So it has been confirmed. I would say just watch this money flow if you guys are wanting to short here. Watch this money flow now. It has come in. VWAP did cross. You guys all know how to read money flow, right? Want to see it turn around. You want to be able to see the trend. I suggested the short. Well done, brother. So there we go. Hedge, take it a few steps further, bro. Tell us, what are you watching? What are you watching? How are you going to play this? We got to watch this money flow. All right, let's see where the order blocks are right now. Since there is that bear div. Not showing anything from the previous trend. Probably because they've been already mitigated. That's why the indicators aren't showing the OBs. But if we pull out the previous OB that has been mitigated, oh, it's massive. Massive, massive, massive. And it has already tapped for two beautiful shorts. Oof, crazy. And now it's literally being eaten into. So what I would watch, guys, is a break of this order block to see if it creates a breaker block, in which case it will pump up to this one. And this is where I would look for the entry. But it has to come in with what could be a rifle, right? Could be the daily rifles. So I think to play it safe here, I mean, there is the bear div there. You can play with that bear div. It is at value area high. But what I would probably look for here is the manipulation move. So maybe it comes down a bit and then it goes higher up and then it gives you your wave trend rifle. Let's see if we can find an example. Kind of like this. Bear div down and then back up for the rifle. Not an ideal example. Oof. Look at that daily XMR short. Oh, like when I always like to show you guys this, right? Of course, it's in retrospect, but just try to go back and look at these ideal trades so that when you see them in future, you know what you're seeing. And you get goosebumps, right? If you see this. And it's actually what we are seeing now on Bitcoin and a lot of the altcoins, right? When you see this 45, well, the red dot way above the 45, you see money flow trending down, you see VWAP crossing down, you see regular and stochastic rhyming in overbought. This on the screen is just a really nice thing to like print into your mind so that when you see it, You know what to do. 60% down. Right. Yeah, the 4-hour has the double bear div. I saw that. Crazy. Triple bear div on the 4-hour. And a bear on the RSI. But for the 4-hour, you're going to have to wait for the stochastic to come back up. I would also wait for the regular to come back up. Dot's still alive. Interesting. 0.786 on the extension. Is it a golden pocket? Let's just look at the retracement. All right, so we're right in the middle of the fib levels between the 0.23 and the 0.38 on the retracement. Well, if we pull out the extension, I guess you could do this. Yeah, then you've got your 0.786. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, guys, we're already 2 hours in. Waiting for divergence. Okay, yeah, wait for the rifle, man. That will be, in my opinion, the safest way to play it. And then hopefully, you know, that rifle comes in here. All right, guys, I have to hop off before I literally fall over. Let me just see if I've forgotten anything major. Okay, so we got the SUI. Wanted me to look at IMX. But you guys have the strats, right? So you can do it. Solana daily. Okay, JTO. I do want to see what's been happening here on JTO. And what did you guys mention Jup just now? All right, so JTO playing out nicely from the order block. And we've got that nice order block above. So no FOMO into this move, guys. There's a smooth volume zone here. So if you're in from the long at the order block, nice one. But otherwise, yeah, I would look to these upper order blocks there. CL will be printing red dot on the daily. Sad yet happy. If macro factors line up, we can have a great short. Nice. Inverse USDT with BTC. Overlay to show correlation. Wow. That's beautiful, man. That is crazy. Big brain, bro. Well done. All right. Sol dominance against ETH dominance. Guys, look at the big brain here. Ethereum against Bitcoin 2-day. Others against ETH 2-day. Others against BTC 2-day. Oh, Ethereum against Bitcoin 2-day. Ratio total market cap excluding BTC and ETH. All right, so that's the total 2, right? 2-day. Others total 2-day. Total 3 excluding ETH. Nice. Total 100 against total. Total excluding 100 against total excluding 50. Wow, man, super cool. So guys, maybe in the VIP I'll open up a group. Yeah, for some of the more advanced guys to be dropping their analysis, because it's super good stuff, guys. All right, just joined. Nice. Life hacks. Yeah, join the Discord. Send me a DM on Discord and I'll set you up with some links. What I need to do is on YouTube create a playlist from start to finish with all of our strategies. But just go to my YouTube channel, guys, if you are new. Right? Go to the YouTube channel. And then it depends, right? The crypto trading tutorials are like intermediate. But you can start there if you have a little bit of knowledge. Otherwise, start at the beginner trading tutorials. I would say if you're 1 year into trading, beginner, then crypto trading tutorials, then market cipher. If you already know about some stuff, then make sure you watch all of these crypto trading tutorials before you watch the market cipher playlist. I'm going to do one more market cipher money flow video, and then we're going to be doing 1 hour crash course tutorials in a live stream environment on market cipher. But all of our strategies are there. And it's awesome. I'm getting a lot of feedback here, guys, on these recent videos, like the order blocks. You guys are telling me you're making money. That's awesome. The scalping strategy, the SMC plus volume profile. So yeah, really proud of you guys. You're doing well. Very, very well. All right, let's end it off, guys. Y'all have been amazing. Microsoft, no. Oh, man. What about NVIDIA? What about trading NVIDIA? I have such a personal like hatred for Microsoft because of all the stuff it puts me through as being a streamer, right? Microsoft is the worst. You'll like update your PC and then you'll be ready to stream and you will have just updated and it will give you another update. It's like ridiculous. All right, guys. So for those of you who are new to the community, please make sure you do check out the welcome message. Right, it's important about, the impersonators that are all over Discord, how you should act, how you should send me a DM. Make sure you buff up your security on Discord. And then, yeah, right here, guys, is the place to learn our strategies, right? It's all here in the welcome message. And then our current exchanges and campaigns. And just a reminder here, next week we'll be moving over to VIP. You can see here 80 online, guys. We're doing really well. So now it's going to become a VIP community. It's going to remain completely free. All you have to do is sign up under one of these links, make a deposit, and drop your UID. There will be another channel here that says UID drop. And you'll just drop your UID in the exchange and I will check that you've deposited. And then I'll give you all access to these same chats, guys, which are hugely valued, right? Scalp trading, the macro, and I'm going to add another daily TA and daily altcoin VIP analysis from my side. All right, cool, guys. You can hear my voice is going. So we'll end off if that is cool. Let me know if there's something desperate you want me to look at, but thanks, Hegemonks. That's really kind, bro. Time well spent. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. For likes, not dollars. Awesome. Yeah, I just don't like to sell courses, guys. I want to keep everything free, but I know a lot of the guys in the Discord are not trading under my links, right? So that's why, yeah, I'm going to move it over to the VIP kind of structure. And huge thank you to you guys who already are. If you already are trading on under one of my links, just make it easier for me and send me a DM on Discord with the UID and which exchange. Otherwise, yeah, throughout next week, we're going to be working through it and moving over to the VIP structure. But my voice is almost gone, guys, so we'll end it off. It has been absolutely magical. Thank you all so much for joining. If you haven't already, smash the like, please do. Once the stream is over, drop a comment to help us push the algorithm. And yeah, huge thanks, guys. My advice is more important now than ever, right? Where things are getting pumpy and everyone's going crazy with euphoria. Please remember, always play from a position of power and strength. Use your stop loss and do not get wrecked. So much love and respect. Peace out, everybody.